Hey friends, Sarah here with Boho Stitchery. Today's Tuesday. You know what that means. Tutorial Tuesday. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have got a crochet tutorial for you guys. I am going to teach you guys how to do the moss stitch. This is sometimes referred to as the linen stitch. So go ahead and grab your hook and some yarn and let's get started. So to do the moss or linen stitch, whatever you want to call it, it's the exact same stitch, you're just going to need to chain in multiples of 2. So as long as you can make chains and single crochet, you guys have got this. It's a very beginner friendly pattern. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to do a chain of, let's say 14. Just has to be an even number of stitches. Okay, so I've done my 14 stitches here. Let's just double check here. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So to begin with, you're going to want to single crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3 in this 4th one, and I like to go into the back bump. So if you rotate your chain upside down, sort of, you see this little bar here, this little hump. That's what I'm going to go into. So you're just going to do a single crochet. So pop your hook in that hole, drop a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. Then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this next chain. So skip over this and go into the next one and do another single crochet. And that is your pattern repeat for the moss or the linen stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time doing this. Probably because I have the camera on me. And sometimes these can get a little tight. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, and we're in our last stitch here, so we're going to single crochet in that last one. Now you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. Now normally with single crochet you would just chain 1 stitch and turn and go about your way, but that second chain 2 counts as your skipped stitch, sort of, I guess you want to call it. So I'll explain what I mean here. So for row 2, you are going to take a look at your previous row. So you have your chain 1, and then here, this hole here, this is your chain 1 from the previous row. That's what we're going to work into as a chain 1 space. So the second row and any continuing rows are a little easier. So you're just going to go in there and single crochet in that chain 1 space. Chain 1. You're going to skip over this next single crochet that we made from the previous row and jump right into that chain 1 space. So it's a really easy pattern. You can kind of tell, it's really easy to tell where you're supposed to go next. So skip the single crochet and go into this next big hole here. So it's got a nice big gap for you to work into. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and here is our chain 2, or I'm sorry, our chain 4 from the previous row, or our first row. So you can either work into this top of this chain, but what I like to do in order to keep my work straight a little bit more, I think, is, so I'm going to skip this chain 1 or the single crochet, and then instead of going into the chain 1 gap like we have been, because it'll end up with this little bump over here, I'm going to turn and I'm going to find, so really it's 1, 2, 3 if you're looking on top of your stitches. I'm going to pop it into the side of this chain. And then I'll do my single crochet, and that just helps keep your sides a little straighter, I feel like. So again, I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and then I'm going to do my moss stitch or linen stitch all the way back to the other end. So I'll go ahead and catch up with you guys here in just a moment. Okay guys, I'm back at the end of row 3, and I went ahead and started, let me go back here. I'm going to go ahead and start my last stitch here, but I want to show you guys how to change colors if you don't know how to do that. So you you go ahead and get your 2 loops on your hook like you're getting ready to yarn over, but instead of finishing that last step, let me grab this color. Ooh, that shows up bright. This is not that bright in real life, but maybe it's the black material I have laying on my desk here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this through to start my new color. So before you finish your single crochet, when you have 2 loops on your hook, you're gonna go ahead and drape your yarn over your hook and pull that new color through the 2 that are on your hook. And then you can tie a knot, not a real tight knot, but just like a loose knot to keep it in place. I like to do that. Some people are absolutely no knots, but I feel like if it's just a little bit like that, it's not too bad because I'm going to weave it in later. So again, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to go back to your pattern. So you skip over this first one, go into the chain stitch, and just continue on. And that is how you guys do the moss stitch and how to change colors. Hope this video was helpful. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under the username boho_stitchery. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time.